Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Disclosures with Peter the Insider. And before we get started, I just wanted to have a little message for the public and people that are listening. I have invited Peter to be on the show. I have told Peter that this is his show and that he can do whatever he wants. And I said that to him probably over a year ago because I have other shows. But in this particular show, I want him to bring in the news and the news that he has for the public, and so this is for you. And I just am, I'm here asking questions and sharing some of the questions that you have. But during this time, I felt like things have gotten a bit out of control. People saying things regarding his cultural background, his accent. He's multilingual, and I've been offended, and many of my listeners who are from Eastern Europe were offended. And so I just wanted to read a few messages that I received from some of these people. One of them is from Sovereign Soul, who says, "Dear Troll, who has been bashing Peter, thank you for your inquiry of seeking biased perfection from others as you are unable to accept your own flaws. Slavic people are honorable and brave people with a very old heritage. We do our best to make the world a better place by holding the space for others as the earth ascends. We mostly do not care if we are 100% fluent in other languages, as we mostly speak at least 3. But rest assured, we are committed to be understood 100% or 110% always. Therefore, who prefers to diminish our intents of the heart to serve the highest good for humanity and Mother Earth based on an accent or a couple of spelling errors, then I am sorry to say the Matrix has you and trolling program is running. It is not our accent which is the problem, but someone's inability to recognize natural diversity and the beauty in it, as they deep down don't like themselves, which is understandable, but we won't allow that to be projected on us, as we are perfect, but just the way we are, and so are you. When you are mature enough to realize that. Until then, I kindly ask you stop trolling, and we have an important work to do. If you don't have something positive and uplifting to say to humanity, then kindly shut up. We are not obligated to be insulted, and you are not entitled to cause any harm to anyone, even with so-called free speech, which is in your case just an excuse to be energetically aggressive or with the sole intent to harm sentient beings, even if just with words, which goes against nature, against source, and against love, which may exclude you from the ascending timeline." So that was one comment. I also received another comment from the imaginary me. Oh, I'm going to go back. I almost pulled myself out of there. Hold on. And he said, so I'm going to get back there. Thank you, Jessica, for bringing Peter through for us. I just finished listening to Peter's show. He heard him talk somewhere else and said I would not be surprised if he doesn't go back there. He says insulting Peter because of his own language is just disrespectful. When he asks to delete those comments, he gets accused of censorship, which much worse can it be? Surely we all have all will be thankful if you keep it going. I listen to Peter's shows in his language, and he speaks on a university level. So anyone who has issues with English, they need to go learn his native tongue and get the quality they expect. Thank you for coming out, Peter. So this is like one of the many comments that I received from people that want Peter to not feel discouraged to share with us, or to feel like he is in need with a translator. I think it's fairly easy to understand the language. And if you are truly if you have questions and would like clarity, and because even people that are speaking perfect English sometimes can be misunderstood. So let's keep it with a consciousness level. I find that the ones that are critiquing the hardest are ones that are claiming to be in love and light, and having this higher knowledge and so forth. And it's time to be awakened to bad behaviors. So without any further delay, I just want to bring in Peter, and thank you, Peter, for being here.
Hello. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to be on your show again. And I need to be very honest with all of you people that you, Jessica, dosed me, as I like to say, with plenty of topics we possibly can deal. No, I wanna miss them right now. I will tell you why. Because finally I can say something really good, really positive, and finally we how can we call it properly? We reached, we broke. That will be very weird a sentence, but it is like that. We broke the breakthrough, so technically we went to breakthrough. And you know what happened? The old matrix system we talked about so many times, how it is bad, that Mobius they are in process of shutting old matrix down, how it will be bad because people will be very very like disoriented. They will not know how to build their own matrices and whatever. No. Do you know what happened? I will tell you what happened.
Okay.
There, and this is like, because to be honest, okay, not only with you, with me, okay, with me, and of course with other people, I don't want to say I was skeptic, I was realistic. And because of that, I was kind of skeptic realistic, okay? That nah, I don't think it is good or whatever. I don't think we will be able to reach that. And do you know what happened? Happened. Ma'am. Period. End of story. We disconnected from Matrix. Nope. Yep.
Wow. All right. So what does that mean? I mean, how does that translate into our experience now?
That technically it looks that we are still in Matrix, and technically we are still maintaining the Matrix, but it is in process of transformance, respectively transforming and transformance. But that means that in another context of existence we are transforming, and it is only a matter of time. It is like approximately in the last winter, so approximately half year ago. It will be 2 years, so technically now it is 1.5 year. Yeah. In the winter of 2022, do you know what will happen? No Matrix. But not only no Matrix, no. Because no Matrix, it will be huge chaos, pure mayhem, absolutely zero chance to have any sort of certainty. Because there will be only construct. Yeah? Plain pure nothing. If you in Matrix, in movie, yeah, it was pure blank, that means pure white, but technically you wanna, I don't know, like black, you wanna blue, green, yellow, red. You know
Yeah,
what
like
I'm
a
trying
green
to say.
screen or something. There's just no structure there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, green, white, blue, red,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, we completely cut from it. We completely cut from it. This is
How did this happen, Peter?
because of collective consciousness. We created huge, positive, not good, not better, not the best, but ultra perfect egregora. Egregora, that means, positive collective consciousness, created because via of I don't know, praying, meditation or whatever. And do you know what is like? It is so bad. Everyone, I don't want to say everyone, but most of people all around the world, they were like this, we are isolated or whatever, but they are doing that because they were, sorry for that, they were doing that because of COVID-19, and then bam, like hit of lightning from clear sky. And believe me or not, but this is only like 4 or 5 hours old info, and I was like, what? No, I don't believe it. And then I was able to see that via our own helpers, that technically they cut they cut us off, but we cut them off, and we completely took control over everything.
Wow.
Isn't it good? Isn't
And
it
that's
genius? And isn't it
yes.
perfect?
And so the people that, wanted to be awake, wanted to see the truth come out, that were paying attention, and then they were praying for others and trying to help out.
It doesn't matter if we are talking about praying, I don't know, for example, like being Christian, Muslim,
Right.
Hebrew, or whatever,
It's the intention.
any other types, variations of religions, being, for example, meditating, for example, they are Hinduists, Buddhists, whatever. It doesn't matter. The intention is only one thing what matters. Intention. Yeah. And I was like, okay, are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, once I was, because I don't wanna talk about that, because it was very, very, very close. This is like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
This is great news. I mean, I felt like we had a breakthrough. I had a weird vision of beings just dropping to the ground this morning when I woke up, and almost like they couldn't sustain the higher vibration or something.
Yep. What do you think? Isn't it great?
Yeah, no, it's the best news I think we've heard, and that helps us to then move forward. So I do have a few questions though. Like for
I need
example,
to. I need to say not to you because we need. Sorry, we know. We talked through all about this stuff a lot. I mean, me and you, but I talked about that yesterday, and I was like in previous day technically because yesterday, once people will show this interview, I don't know, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year later. So in previous day, and I was like, that's so bad. I mean, even I don't like to talk about bad stuff. I don't want to spread bad news. It's kind of creating bad energy and whatever. People are demotivated and all kind of those things. And once again, I was saying that because I know that we are so close. We are so close. And yay!
well, we wanted to hear the truth. We wanted to hear the truth, even though it was painful. But some people, you know, they would kind of go off because they you know, it was too much negativity in their eyes. But it's almost like in order to get to the good stuff, you have to really open up and look at all the horrible things that were going on to be able to pass through it and get away from it. And but if you don't acknowledge that negative stuff is there, if you're blinded to it, then you can't you won't remove it because you'll allow it to stay there.
Yes, exactly, 100%. You are 100% sure because only because you are overseeing negativity and bad stuff or whatever, it is bad or whatever. It can't fade out. No, it is not like that. It is not the way how the system, how all the basic stuff in this world is working. No, it is not like that. And now, because it is very fresh news, and I don't wanna, I never ever talked about that with you, and then
no, you surprised me because you said you had some good news, but you didn't say what it was.
Yeah. I'm so happy. Sorry for that. I'm so happy.
It's not like snapping a finger and every bad thing has gone away. We still have things we have to take care of, right?
Give me a second. You are right, but it will be, I don't know how many hundreds of times easier being detached from Matrix. No, believe me, I know goddamn well what I'm talking about. Because Matrix is something like, it was only like kirking you, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's chucking you, like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. you can't breathe well. And now, I mean, because I was like, yeah, that will take forever. Because, you know, it was like so many so long, for so long period of time, so many good stuff can happen. We were so close, but we can't reach. I mean, even if we reach and if we are very close to the limit, we can't get breakthrough. But this is some sort of, how can I say that, a huge, we can call it catalyzation. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It will be much more easier to get all over the good stuff, good breakthroughs.
Right, yeah, because you don't have that resistance of that matrix.
You will be not bounded. Not only you, me, but technically
we were we were limited. Yep. There was always this like a wall or something, like a metal. It felt like metal to me at times.
What?
Felt like metal.
Yep,
you are right. Or steel, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you know, I don't know if it's like an AI or something. It just wasn't mechanical, like wouldn't budge.
Yeah.
Who can I ask who actually created that matrix? that was, because it's not organic. It's
That's
not
good.
organic.
That's good question. I don't know, because Matrix as a system, as a belief system or whatever, I don't know how can I name it even properly. It was created, I don't know how many, no, don't laugh from it. I don't know how many thousands, maybe tens of thousands years ago.
Wow.
But it is something like this, you know. We don't have wisdom or knowledges or whatever. For example, we were able to have this how can I say it, simple machines, if do you know what I'm trying to say, like for example, like bars, I mean crank or whatever, jacks. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
The cogs, you mean, like, and like the inner parts of a clock, that kind of thing?
No. Once again, I'm trying to say some levers, some stalks, you know,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
for example, we have some sort of CPs, lock, I mean log, LOGs or whatever. So small, very easiest, the most primitive stuff. It is usable, it's useful, but it's way too primitive, or I don't know, for example, how you can you can create fire or something like that. But it gets more and more and more advanced, as I don't want to say it was named Matrix, yeah. But try to think, how the heck is possible that till the end of 40s, 1940s, respectively, start of 1950s, there were certain amounts of inventions and all kind of those things, and in the last 60, maybe 70 years, inventions doubled, respectively almost tripled. Like once we want to talk about last 10, maybe 12 or 15 years or whatever. How the heck is that possible? No, it is nonsense. It is totally against normal logic.
Mhm.
And this is it. After Second World War, during Cold War times, Mobius, I mean private corporation, they got this whole belief system. They created Matrix and whatever, you know, and they were able, because they were given them absolutely free hands, so they can do everything they want, literally everything. And that was it. More advancements and, you know, inventions, and that was it. But they make without any single invention, new invention, people were getting more and more and more slaves. I don't know. For example, try to look. I don't want to deal with that, but for example, now we've got cell phones. You can do you can make either video footage, or make photos or whatever. I don't know, like 20, maybe 25 years. I don't want to say that they were not cell phones, but for example 30, okay, 30 years they were not cell phones. But people were sincere. They were much more kinder, you know. Life wasn't so fast. Everything was like, we can relax, so we can stop or whatever, for example, yeah. But, you know, like, and that was it. That was exactly it. With even every kind of invention, it can, originally, it should make our lives easier, to contact as I mean, to give opportunity to be in contact faster, more easier. No, there is practically nothing. I don't want to say all of us, But most of us, most of the people, I mean, why your cell phone is only like laying? Because I don't have nothing to talk about. I mean, what? Do you know what I'm trying to say? People have opportunities, but technically they don't want to talk about anything. Respectively, even if they don't think that there is any particular, any rational reason. And this is exactly it what was for us downside, but them from their point of view, for Mobius point of view, the way how they kept us under control, because they want to wipe our emotions completely out. They want to create slaves from us, like even they want to have IQ, okay, but EQ, emotional, no. And this is exactly it. People want only, I don't know, business, fine. For example, they want to have relationship, they want to have children, fine. But how much? How many percentage of people they really have feeling? They do you know what I'm trying to say in the relationship? No. If I am getting it, okay, from history, of course there were problems. Of course, people were not perfect, but relationships, they can't get broken for for how can I say it, for how we can say that correctly, serious things, yeah, for serious, yeah. But now, no, not serious things. People are getting to stupid fights, and just because of stupid thing, just opinion, another opinion, to really real nonsense, real deep bullshit. I don't want to watch my language right now. And bam, long term, I don't know how many years, long term relationship broken, marriage, bam, period, end of story, divorce. And this is it, because we got to this state of mind that relationships, and no, not only partnerships, but I don't know, friendships between girls, respectively women or men, do you know what I'm trying to say? Because it is like that, like, hey, this is the same stuff as my cell phone, as my TV or whatever. No, once it is broken and it is not worth to repair, no,
Throw it out. Yeah.
I will get to the garbage, and I simply get new. I was like, I mean, to buy new, and I'm like, what? But this is exactly it. What was their goal, their intention, and it is, how can I say it, those fake. How can we say that? Um, Fake examples, fake figures in how can I say that, in everywhere. I mean, sorry, from everywhere, from TV shows, from movies, from all around the internet. And this is it. This is it. This is like, hey, we are, because people, let us call them millennials, so young generation, they were born in between 1990 years, 1997 8 till the year, let's, I don't know, 2002 2003. They were taught like that by society. But one, of course, not all of them follow, as we want to call it that way, also called rules, but most of them, they don't follow the rules. They became outsiders. But try to think, is really society guilty for that? No. We as a I don't want to say we, all of us, but most of people, they are a young generation. So for example, 40, not 40, 45, maybe 50, some of them even 40. Sometimes it happened, people can have children very young. We are only up to get, I don't want to say to get career, but to make money. Yeah, and we don't have time for our children at all. Yeah, that's it. But this is the way how this crazy ass bullshit type-ish matrix was designed. And this is the way where we lived, how we lived, where, I mean, not where, but all around the world. I don't want to say all around the world, but in most part of the world it was like that, and it was normal. Respectively, people believe that it is not a big deal. Yeah. And now we've got opportunity. We've got opportunity to start, to have brand new, fresh new start. But that's my question. Are we ready to fresh new, to brand new start? I think we are.
I think we are. I think.
Sorry, because I've got a huge, huge monologue, but.
No, it's good. I wanted you to, keep your train of thought and say everything. And while you were describing it, I couldn't help but think of that steampunk. That all the, the way that they made all those different types of inventions in the 1800s and early 1900s. And like you said, everything became mechanical, and we had all of these factories and all of that. And so this is all Mobius stuff. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's also that movie that I for some reason I was drawn to this movie before I went to talk to you today, and it's called Metropolis. And this filmmaker from Germany, he put it together. He was half Jewish, by the way. I think that's why he left the country. And he saw that everything was heading into this place where humans would become a part of the machine, and literally were like moving like machines, no longer really having consciousness. And when it was time for them to be served up to Moloch, which is, we're all familiar with Moloch because of the Illuminati's connection to it. And the slaves that were awakened a bit were terrified to go into the mouth of Moloch, but the ones that were part of the machine just did it like as if they had no soul. They kind of marched and walked right into it. And so there's this full awareness of being, accepting to be a part of this machine system, and others, trying to get past it. But they also show another part of the society where there are the wealthy elite, and they were indulging in pleasures, and they were worshiping, and they show the pyramid, and they show all of these other things. It purely depicts everything that we're going through right now, is humans becoming involved and entranced with their phones, their computers, in a way that's unnatural.
Absolutely, you are 100% right. And yeah. that's the stuff that technically they don't know, that things don't serve them, but they are serving things. Yeah.
Right. And to the point where I think even Japan was concerned, because their young men were falling in love with cyber females that were not real.
But to be perfectly honest, I mean, you know, some people will maybe don't believe it or whatever, but the stuff was I wasn't, how can I say it correctly, because I am very honest, and as you said, I am very straight shooter. I wasn't never ever like way too much into physical attraction and into have intimacy or whatever. But it happened. So well, now I need to calculate. It's kind of fun, but what we have 2020, and technically yeah, okay, I got it. So Americans of starts in 2003, the second invasion in Iraq. So it was, I don't want to say either in 2004 or 2005. Yeah, I think it was 2005, and I was in Tokyo with my friend in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to some how can I say that, some sort of house. There was a very like expensive restaurant, then in another department bar, but not such as I like to say cheap bar, but very expensive bar, whatever. And another part it was hotel, whatever. And in a whole another compartment, or I don't know how can I say it, like tract part of the building, there was how can we say it correctly and not correctly but properly. Okay, I got the word. Fancy house. Okay, because of you, yeah, no, you know what I mean. You can
Prostitution or some
yeah,
sort.
but let us call it fancy house
Okay.
in some normal way. And you know what? There were girls, young women, very nice. No, not only Asians or Japanese or whatever, from all around the world. And I want, you know, I don't want to have intimate stuff with her. I just want to talk, and I mean, we talked and whatever. No, I mean, I will be very honest. We got to the room. It was very expensive. I was like, okay, how the heck is that possible? That is that expensive? Do you know what? Do you know what? She was robot. No, I believe you.
Wow.
And I was like, and I was touching her. Not I don't want to have, not because I want to have intimacy or whatever, but the skin. I mean, I don't want to say it was skin. I don't know. Really, I don't know what was that. What it was. It was like, what? 15,
Wow.
15 crazy years ago.
Wow.
But once it will be in some sort of highly experimental military level or something like that, I will be not surprised. But 15 years in the middle of Tokyo, and I was like, what?
So they're part of Mobius?
To be honest, definitely yes. Because once again, she was the nicest. I don't want to say nicest because you know the appearance is very, how can I say it? It's subjective stuff. It might, maybe yes, maybe not, but intelligence and all kind of those things. And that was it. That she was not offended once I refused her to have, you know, intimacy stuff, and she kindly leave, and I fell asleep. And that was like, really? Will be not such a nice and intelligent woman not offended, just I refuse her services. And then next morning, sorry for that, and I was like, I just want to say it was, I mean, I said very good review. I wrote very good review towards her, and stuff of the whole house. They said, but sir, are you sure you know? And I was like, okay, what should I know? She wasn't woman. She's AI robot. And I was like, what the?
Yeah, you just knew something was wrong.
Yeah, 15, but once again, only because of this stuff that she wasn't, of course, she got different opinions, ideas, and I don't want to say it was fight. No, definitely not fight, but it was discussion from another people's point of view, can be almost some sort of argument. No, it was normal conversation, but on very high level. But I was almost sure that something is very wrong, that she was absolutely not upset and not offended that I refused her services. You know, this kind of services.
Because well, the robots have some kind of weird sentient something put in them, don't they? There's
Yes.
the
Give me a
more
second.
very advanced ones, right?
Yes, but I'm just trying to say that it was 15 crazy years ago, and it was absolutely zero. I don't have absolutely zero chance to. Do you know what I'm trying to say? To feel or whatever, to see the differences between human and what.
Yeah. So
And they say in Japan, and not only in, definitely not only in Tokyo, it isn't new. I mean, it wasn't new 15 years ago that something like that starts to offer, like 1997, 1998 or whatever. And I was like, what?
wow. So it was, how long have they been doing things like this?
Yes. And once again, once it will be, yes, of course, the feel, this is not skin, or maybe the reactions, the mimic, the ways how she will move. I mean, sorry, because it is a robot, how it moves, or what. No, it was perfect made. Gee.
Yeah, so you can't really detect, that's how advanced it is. But you talked to us about this stuff already.
Hey, yes, but I'm just trying to say that now my experience perfectly fit to this, how can I say it, to this context. Because I was really shocked. Once again, it was 15 years ago. Jeez, that's great.
Yeah, but that's like, was it Blade Runner that had that kind of reality?
Yep.
Yeah. So that it does exist in, I guess it already existed in our reality, but that is that pulling away then? Are we going to see less of that kind of thing going on?
Yes, but I mean, it will be, to be honest, I am very, very, very curious how people will hand this situation, how they will be able to deal with this situation. But I think that this also called domino effect. I don't know if I talked about that. I think with you definitely, but with if I mentioned this example, this experiment with apes. It happened in 1960s or not 1950s or 60s in Africa. They isolated 100 apes, right? And they got that they are kind of intelligent, because of course all of apes, most of apes, sorry for that, are intelligent. And do you know what happened? They gave them such tasks to do, logical tasks, right? And they experienced very interesting thing, that according level of complication, I mean, how complicated those logical tasks were, somewhere between 5 and 7 at the lowest, and I don't know, like it was 10 or 13, 14 apes once it was most complicated. Those tasks, once they, I mean those amounts of apes, once they found the solution, it was bam, period, end of story, like domino effect. It was only, I don't know, like less than 1 minute, I don't know, like 20-30 seconds, and all of rest of the apes, they got, this is the right solution, are very really so stupid, and this is it, what I think that it will happen to us. No, don't take it wrong that we are apes, but I'm just trying to say that once people, they were total plain ignorant, all kind of those things, that they will get very easy to solutions, solutions once again, because those were multiple problems, very complicated. So there they will be able to get very easy to those multiple solutions. Because of those,
humans are still going to be sort of evolving and going through different processes, and we've already been exposed to a lot of things that we probably shouldn't have been exposed to because of this weird matrix that was trying to make us all mechanical and slaves. But I want to know what the changes that you anticipate will happen.
I think that it will be, most of them, it will be perfect.
People will get back into normal relationships, or they'll be less inclined to become merging with computers in unnatural ways and things like that.
I don't want to say, hey, once again, once we need to get the stuff. Is first things first, okay? First things first is not so easy. In the first place, okay, there is a problem. We got this. And in the second place, they start to once they realize that that's a problem, they got to how can we say it, to fix those problems in normal way.
Yeah.
That means, as you said, they got back to ways how it worked, how it was. Yep.
Supposed to be how it was originally supposed to be, without this matrix influencing them.
Yep.
Yeah. Regarding, there's a lot of things happening politically, and so you said that it will be easier for us to change things because of that matrix is gone. Does the matrix, is it destroyed, or is it a chance for it to reconnect to us again?
Matrix definitely isn't destroyed. Matrix is still working, but that's the stuff we can use it for good purpose. Not, it's very big, how can I say it? It's very big difference. Yeah.
Okay, so did some of the souls stay with that matrix and then some stayed here?
No. Once again, souls not. Souls will be will be good if you want us good. How can we say it?
Are protected?
Good for all. I mean, for all the time. I don't know how can I say it correctly. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So the souls are retained here and they're not connected to the matrix anymore. Yes?
Once again, not connected to the matrix as connected to the matrix, but to maintain it for using it for our own good. For example, people, they want to they need to have special energies for getting their minds back. For example, people with ECT, do you know what is it, ECT? Electronic cranial therapy or whatever. So technically people, they need to, they can't be cured, mentally ill people, in another way, just getting electroshocks or whatever. So, this kind of thing. And it is good. And it is good because finally, we can use all the things for us and not another way. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Things can't use us. We can use things.
Okay, so the machine is not in control anymore. We are in control.
Yeah,
Again.
exactly. Exactly.
So now does that mean that Mobius is no longer in charge, or Mobius has collapsed?
Nope. Mobius, but I will say it like that because it's true. Mobius doesn't have any shit. This is true. I mean, it's maybe bad, to say, but the words are bad, but it's like that.
But they walked away from it anyhow because they didn't want to do it anymore, right?
Once again, you are right, but they've got their own really bad plan. Bad plan. That means they want to control us in another context of existence. The stuff is that they can't, because they don't rule. They will be not ruled in another, that means in newer, respectively new context of existence. And this is it, like, this is nonsense. Newer or new? Because new is new, but we can create our own newer context of existence. Sorry, but I am so happy about that. I'm as a little child with stupidest smile in the world, like a kitty in the candy shop.
So we should all be happy, and that we're getting a fresh start, and that we have some hope for our future, because Mobius can't mess around with us. But
I mean, really, I was like, because I need to say that to all our listeners. I talked with Jessica, but I was like, no, I will not say her. And they're like, no, I'm kidding, the candy shop, stupidest smile in the world.
That's no, I mean, this is the first time we've had good news. I mean, some of the stuff was, the Matrix was breaking, everything was going to collapse, and then, we had some serious things going on that were already manifesting, so that was an issue. But now, all right, so Mobius still has another Matrix somewhere, but the one that they were bothering us with.
But it is not our stuff.
Okay, so it won't affect us.
It is their problem. It will not affect us anymore. Bye, end of story. Sorry.
Okay, so now what about Monarch then? Monarch, the umbrella group.
Hey, Monarch. Oh, Monarch. They are completely. They stopped their system, and it's pretty much tough. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's excellent. And this was done by the ACIO and the Monarch group. Not in the Monarch.
MRG, Monarch Refugees group.
Refugees. Yeah. Sorry.
It is not so easy Sorry. It wasn't so easy, yeah, but yeah, you were right. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, when we've had these discussions before, Peter, you informed me that the ACIO, it has been in agreement with the Intergalactic Council and the Council of Five regarding non-involvement, except for when they cross the line and when they do things very seriously against the planet.
Yeah,
So this was one of those occasions that you could actually step in.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, to be honest, I'm very happy because I wasn't even hoping about something like that. I was no, I mean, this will take forever, and so happy.
But the people had helped create this environment.
No, oh, no, 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 definitely, 100% sure.
Yeah.
It's huge thanks for them. Huge thanks to them. Not like.
Well, they wanted to hear, they were willing to listen to disclosure and to listen to news was revealing some of the agendas.
Yep, that's true.
So we can all, celebrate that we've all participated in helping make this change. And I was even noticing it online on some of the social medias, how people are pretty much getting it, and a lot more than ever before. I mean, if I posted half the stuff that I did, recently and did it 2 years ago, I probably would have gotten kicked off. And I probably would have, and I don't think I did anything really controversial, but any alternate news seems to be a target. And I know a lot of people that did get kicked off had to change their names and become another identity. And
Yes,
yeah,
just because they want to uh, technically, I mean, literally to save their lives. Not only like do any, I mean, they want to prevent any problems. No, to save to their lives. Yep. You
yeah.
are right.
They want to stay in alignment with mainstream media, even though there's lies. I mean, not all of it's a lie, but twisted truths, and to cover certain things. So
Exactly.
yeah, became a big problem. All right, so there is something that's coming up now. I've seen 2 articles regarding what happened in North Korea with Kim Jong Un. Some saying he's dead, and then a Japanese, I think it was a Japanese media, is saying he is alive. So, which one is it, Peter?
Extracted.
He's extracted. So, is there someone else here that looks and sounds like him?
Yep. Extracted means extracted.
Yeah.
Yep.
This article that I'm looking at is said that, let's see, South Korean presidential aide, that's who it was, says Kim Jong-un is alive and well. Let's see, I don't know, I can't fully read the article right here. This is from the Epoch Times. So they have like a clone or something.
Yeah. It is the same stuff with Kevin Spacey, you know it. Like it's like Paul Serene and all kind of those bad stuff,
Yeah, they just kind of have this bad entity there that has to be removed, and yeah. Okay.
It is the same. It is the same problem. Once in Facebook, there is very weird commission. I mean committee. Sorry for that, my stuff. So sorry for that, my bad. Committee. They want to get in every single. I don't want to say well, not country, that part of the world. What is fake news? What isn't fake news? What is and what isn't hate speech or whatever. But now, I don't want to say they are doing that or they already did that, but they want to legalize stuff dealing with pedophilia, and it is like, what? Do you know what I'm trying to say? On one hand, they wanna break one of the basic rules, that is freedom of speech, respectively. Once someone has a different meaning about thing, and that no, you don't, you can't talk about that, in another way than is our opinion. And in another, from another perspective, they want legalize stuff what is not only, how can I say it, not only criminal stuff, how can I say it, what is not delight, I mean, like, help me, the felony, right? But it is, I mean, maybe like, he's religious, but this is not only religious. I mean, like, this is not a sin, but this is totally against all logic stuff. Pedophilia. It's like almost something like, how can I say it, like incest or whatever. What? Do you know what I mean? It's so crazy that, like, I don't know, what should I think about that.
I have this article that was from Facebook. It was a Facebook survey asking users if they condone pedophilia. And this came out on March 5th, 2018. So it was, we're much earlier, but I guess Facebook was, asking everyone's opinion if they can, if whether pedophiles should be allowed to solicit sexual pictures of underage girls.
But even, I mean, what was the intention of this survey? I mean, what the heck? Jeez.
They're trying to see the consciousness of people, whether they accept it. But obviously, this is something that he thinks is acceptable. And it's funny because they are very careful. They got everyone looking at, does Snopes approve of this? And, we're all saying, but who is approving of Snopes? And who is approving of Reuters? And these are the ones that they're saying to check us and whether or not our information is correct. And it may be correct and may not be correct, but that isn't the standard that we're looking at. But yet, he is saying this is where he stands, mainstream media and pedophilia, because he's not asking us just to do a survey. He obviously, because if he was opposed to it, he would have never brought it up and just said, no, it's not going to go on my company will not share this with the public. But he didn't do that. He's all for it.
But even the idea of doing such a survey, I was like, what?
Yeah, very, very bad. Very bad. And yeah, so getting back to North Korea, they found a train that possibly belonged to Kim Jong-un, and it was kind of abandoned in a northern Korean town. They saw that from a satellite, but then you started telling me about the underground city and the prisons.
No, not city. No, you are not 100% right.
Okay.
It wasn't about city. It was about all the country, underground. The country is, I don't want to say most, but one of the most well-developed countries. I don't know, most richest countries, but it is underground. And once you did very, very, very bad thing, you will get banned. And banned to also called on-ground prison, on ground. So technically you can be seen or whatever. And that's the stuff that North Korea is considered one of the most poor, most censored, or whatever kind of countries. I think we can agree with that.
Yeah, and there's just a lot going on there, and you also mentioned that they were creating, I don't know, some type of drugs or something that they were selling?
Yeah, they are making an 80, maybe 85, sometimes 90% of artificial, so chemical made drugs, respectively, when not them, then compounds, I mean chemicals needed to making artificial, I mean chemical drugs, chemical based drugs, and they are getting very rich because of that. Yes.
Yeah, we all wondered where, they did get a lot of money. They also, I don't know if you would know this, but they came up with a lot of interesting skincare products where they're very mindful of skincare and looking youthful. And those type of products have become quite popular in the U.S. and in other parts of the world.
Yeah,
and so they're getting to be considered specialists in that area, and so
and
have
all
advanced.
and not all, but most of people are like, okay, how the heck is possible that they are so poor country and all kind of those stuff, and they are doing this kind of very technically most perfect stuff all around the world in many fields. Those are logical questions, because this is like, nah, there is zero logic. This is nonsense. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Extremely advanced.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in many different fields. So I think.
Yeah, and it is absolute. It is in some sort of total. How can we say it? Like antilogy, like antagonism. Like, okay, but how the heck is possible that it is huge, such a huge poverty, and they are doing what they are doing, and it is not because dictator regime and all kind of those things that they are super rich or something like that. No, it is not like that. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the true reason. Yep.
So, but there's a difference between the rich and the poor, though. There's a big divide.
No, give me a second. Once again, true country, the real deal country is down the earth, I mean underground, but this is also called on ground prison. On ground, that means you can go on earth and you can see it. So that's the prison. It's totally twisted. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It is like that. It is very clever made, because technically no one will expect that something like that can be. Of course, there are, I don't know, like nuclear tests facilities or something like that, but no one will think about that this way. Do you know what I'm trying to say? No one.
Well, yeah, if they're underground, they wouldn't think of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the ones that are considered the prisoners, are they above ground?
Above ground, yeah, they are prisoners. So it is totally vice versa. It's
wow.
It's like 180 degrees. It's totally like twisted upside down. Yeah. You are
Is
right.
that going to change now with him being extracted? Will things become a little bit less volatile over there?
Once again, most people, they are, I don't know, like more than people in US in such small area. So it is absolutely overpopulated, right? They don't have bad conditions for life. They've got very good conditions for life.
Mm-hmm.
So once people, they did very bad things. I mean, very bad things. I don't want to be political on the show, but it is even right now that once you did very bad things in US and you don't want to get in the prison, you need, I mean, I don't want to say you need, but your best guarantee, I mean, once you don't get very, very, very bad stuff, you can move to Alaska because there are very low, very small amounts of federal laws in how can I say it, effect. They are not, or if they are some amount some amounts of laws, or I don't know, special for Alaska too. There are practically no people to control them. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If people are keeping the rules or not, because the area is huge, you know. So technically, it is something like that, but that people in former Eastern Bloc, respectively USSR, during Cold War, that they were gulags or whatever. But no, of course they were. But people, they were not okay for, they were not good for US regime, respectively for Canada. Nah, for US, they were deported to Alaska, and they were forced to build those big cities. I don't want to say they are big, but big according how extreme the weather conditions are there. And Canada, they moved them to I don't know, to Alberta, and you know this very northern parts. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean it's a safer place to go to, but it's also very cold.
Yeah. I'm just trying to say.
But yeah, no, I did know people that live there, and they seem to really love it. It's actually quite beautiful. Another person that I'm.
So this is it. What I'm trying to. I was trying to talk. Nah?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do we have any questions? Because I mean, this should be my initial stuff to talk, and I think that we are good to stop because I'm happy, like in the candy shop.
Well, I have to ask really quick. There's all the scandal about Bill Gates and Fauci and all that. Are they going to get extracted as well? Or, is there something in it?
In a very short period of time, you just need to wait.
Okay, we'll be patient. We'll go back to that subject, and also I'm going to share with people that the COVID-19, they had a vaccine for dogs or canine in the year. It was much earlier. Let's see, what year was that? Hold on. There was about 19 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
2001. In 2001, they already had a vaccine for it. All right, so let me just take a quick look at the questions, and we'll get. There was someone someone gave us the recipe for the national loaf, just to let you know, the bread that they made in England. So if anyone wants to take a look at that, we have that there.
But hey, I talked about that. I talked about that too. You know it.
That's why I asked someone to put the recipe in if anyone wants to see it. So yeah, I just want to let you know that they put that in there for you. All right.
Yeah, I think that our listeners will to get it in the description. Am I right?
Yeah, they'll be able to see it in the description. So, or they'll see it in the last show.
Yep.
Let's see. So, I'm going to just go through some of these questions here. Some of the people are just making a statement. There was one of them, Ujjwal said that he believed he had the virus, and he took some chocolate, raw chocolate, like you said, and he actually said he had too much. But he got well. But he said he feels like he's more open now. So I thought that was interesting. Also, there was a gentleman from Richard Krasicki said Peter, I am in Southwest Slovakia. There is no military everywhere. Gosh, I hardly see any police at all here. The borders are closed.
Yeah, you know, those people are trying to say something. You know.
Yeah, but he was saying that he didn't see the military presence, and he said, you know, he just didn't believe that there was a police state. So it's not going to be as obvious to some people as it is obvious in some regions. But I do have someone else someone by the name of Tom, who said, personally talking to some of my family members in Croatia and Serbia, it is very similar to what Peter was explaining regarding his homeland. Movement inside the country is very restricted and requires a pass to travel in the country or neighboring countries. That is very difficult for many peoples. In Serbia's state of emergency was declared on March 15th, 2020, and the military was deployed in Belgrade, which is the capital city, to enforce the state of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much, Jessica and Peter, for your latest updates. So
Okay.
yeah, so you're having people that are, depending on where you live, maybe, but I have heard from Slovenia, it's kind of difficult as well. And so there's, different, depending on where you live, and you're near the city or you're near the, in other parts of the country.
Okay.
Let's see. Aaron said between the femto tech, the AI, collapsing matrix, and the coronavirus, I mean, all talk about manifesting our reality was just bullshit. She said they pretty much like, how can we manifest with all this stuff going on? I'm really struggling to believe there is basically no other solutions or alternatives. We have to save ourselves, I understand. However, are there no other species willing to jump in and help us, for God's sakes? What does Andronicus Rodan say about our future and non-existence? So, well, Aaron, Peter just answered your question today and said that the ACIO was involved and helped. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's the answer to that one. People saying, oh, it's a wonderful show. And Sherry said regarding the 2012 Olympics, was it entertainment or a ritual or both? Will they ever be held responsible?
Yeah, it was like that.
Light and Fluffy said information on Fauci involved illegal funding of Wuhan lab coronavirus research. And that was pretty much their comment. And let's see, we had a really long comment on from someone by the name of Mehdi, and said was talking about how the looking glass is a primitive technology, compared to what we're seeing right now, and had a very, very long message, but he asked if we can create our pocket universe or back up our mind consciousness to remember all of the information we learned, or so it doesn't get wiped out.
You don't need, because it will stay with you. You will transfer with them.
Okay, that's a good answer. The Chinese and NSA are using software by gathering on much data about all news, all people's feelings, what they say on the phone, everything. Since all humans are naturally psychic, through the AI program, they could see the possibilities and probabilities on combinations of words. So inundated and overwhelmed sums up to like a tsunami. These are all programs, but the way he and others like him work is at a conscious level, most likely. They were talking about you working on a conscious level of maybe, I think, time traveling. And so, like I said, I told them, I said, you're probably not going to go into detail about how you guys time travel, but they were trying to speculate.
Definitely not. Definitely
Yeah.
not.
And so I wonder, there was some questions like that. He wrote a lot. We don't have time to read all of it, but let's see. Nowadays, we are claiming our co-creative powers, and our consciousness is changing the future possibilities. As we have more and more people awaken to their co-creativeness, the less predictive the future will get for them. We can get ourselves out of this self-servitude planet. So I think it's pretty much the stuff that we were talking about already.
Yep. It's pretty much fine. It's pretty much fine.
Yeah, so that's the pretty much the questions there for today. And if we missed anyone, and also Mehdi, I don't know if it's male or female, so excuse me, I don't have that information. But there was a lot in there.
Pretty much. Oh, it is pretty much okay. Yep.
Yeah, let's focus on the celebration of the shift, and thank you so much to you, Peter, for doing the work in the ACIO, for caring about us, and also all the people that were willing to learn, be open to disclosures, and not just our disclosures, but the things that are going on around the world, and staying strong and believing, and it's something to celebrate, isn't it?
Yep, you're right.
So be patient as things start to change in a positive direction, and not everything's going to snap of a finger go away, but it should be better for all of us. Am I right?
Okay. So I'm happy that I was I got an opportunity to be here on show, and till next time. Bye bye.
All right, thank you, Peter. And everyone, thank you for listening. Continue to listen, and subscribe so you can hear our latest updates. Have a good day.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Join us on YouTube channel Jessica Ariel Morocco, and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.